Hello, my name is Juan Montoya, and this is my proposal of evaluation. This is presented to teacher Jennifer Vanessa Murcia from United University, and this is for the course of testing and evaluation in ELT. So this proposal of evaluation is for a 7th grade course from a private school, and it has 26 students. So for this proposal, I want to include technology and I will talk about it. Well, I think one of the most important things for teachers is how to avoid boring classes. And most of the time, and in these times, students and teens, because they are from 7th grade, so they are around 12 or to 13 years old. So that is what is expected. And they tend to get bored easily, and even more if our classes are like they used to be in the past. So we can have a class like we had ours like 20 or 30 years ago. So classes have to be more interesting. And how can we do more interesting classes with teens? Now they can get information from the web, and they didn't have to go to school. Well, I mean, it's not necessary because all of the information they need, they can just find it on internet. But so that's why I think school needs to be mm, more encouraging for students and more challenging, and we need to make it like desirable for them to go there, to stay there, and to learn there instead of doing that on the internet. So well, that's why I think the use of technology can just give us the opportunity to get closer to students in order to teach them what we are supposed to teach them according to the grade. And for example, for this grade, they are supposed to be in A2 level, well, according to the CFR. And well, this proposal is about listening and speaking. And how can we do this by using technology? Because the idea is that they have fun in class by interacting with technology. They love technology. Many cases, students or teenagers, they just know how to use a device, an electronic device, a technology device, even better than what we do. So we need to we don't need to fight against the technology. What we need to do is to make it part of our classes in order to have fun in class and approach our students to the goals, because that's the idea that the students learn when they go to school. And so this is my proposal. This is the quiz time. So how can we evaluate the students? How can we do this through technology? Well, I'm going to present some activities, some tasks that we can have in class, and the idea is that we can evaluate them, but at the same time we can offer them feedback, and it needs to be like an instant feedback so that they get to know what they're doing well or what they are not. That's why I based this presentation and this evaluation on the communicative approach, because the communicative approach gives students the opportunity to use the language in context without having like unreal situations. The idea is that they have real situations for communicative approach, and they can find the use of that language and find the use of what they are learning at school, so they can be more practical because they are going to learn how to use it in real context. And that's what we're going to do, and that's what I want to present and to show today. So we could have like listening task based on a pre, while, and post task. So for example, for this activity, they could use this listening, which is on the web page, and they could listen to the complete audio, and they could repeat it, and they can answer to the questions, and then they can check the answers, and after that they can just see what happens and why that answer is incorrect. So they can go back, listen again, and try to understand better. Because the idea here, I think, is not the grade. Sometimes grade doesn't mean anything, and it doesn't say if students are really understanding or they're not. So with these exercises, the students would be able to do that and to get instant feedback, as well as this other activity. So that's the idea. But also we could include another tool in our classrooms, maybe like flickers, in which students, they could work in groups, in pairs, or even individually. But since this group is 26 students long, the idea is that they can work in groups. And we don't have to be afraid of doing that, because we can also learn in groups, right? Because they can practice and they can put into action what they know. With clickers, what we do is to give to every group a card in which they have a QR code, which is going to be okay. The teacher asks the questions. We could be with the same listening, and then they have to put their card up to show their answers. So every side of the card corresponds to one answer. Answers can be A, B, C, or D, and they are going to show it. The answers are going to appear on the screen, and the students could have an instant feedback from teacher. So that would be, we are going to include technology and learning, and we can also give instant feedback for students to get to know what their mistakes are, what they're doing well and what they're doing wrong. And this is not going to be a kind of pressure for them, because they're going to have fun and they're going to learn, because they're going to say, okay, this is my mistake, but well, this exercise is different, right? So we can also use this other tool, which is Kahoot, in which students are allowed to use their cell phones to connect. They're going to use the code in order to participate from the activity. So it could be listening activity, grammar activities, and the idea with this communicative approach is that students don't learn the grammar like very explicit as we did it in the past. So the idea is that they can internalize that grammar and then put it into action in real context. This is about listening. So for the speaking skill, the idea is that students can present projects. If we have a topic, a general topic, at the beginning of our period, or at the beginning of what we want to evaluate, so our students will be working on that project, so that at the end of the term, or at the end of the time we're going to give them to develop the plan, so they will have to communicate in English. They will have to do something, and it's more important and more interesting for them to have these kind of projects than just to have a piece of paper and be answering questions, because that's boring for them. Remember that the idea is to have fun, because classes can be fun too. They don't have to be like very strict and boring. So students, they will present a project according to the topic, as I told you, and teacher can give them a limit time, for example, for them to present the project in English, obviously. So they will make an effort to communicate what they learn and what they want to talk about by using the English language. So they will have, like, I don't know, let's suppose between 3 to 5 minutes to talk about what they have done, by including the topics they have learned during the classes. And so this way, I think students can learn very well English, and they also can be evaluated, and they will learn and they will have feedback and which is more important, they will not be bored in class. Thank you so much.